Well, hello there, folks. Welcome back to the channel which is all about helping you become the best trainer, presenter, workshop facilitator that you can be. And in today's video, I want to talk to you about the three tenets of training. The three tenets or the three things that really underpin all, I guess, knowledge acquisition and skill acquisition. And it's critically important that you know these three, because ultimately, if you don't, you're going to fall into the trap of speaking too much and your learner's learning too little. Speaking too much and your learner's learning too little. Now, here's the thing, folks. This was reminded to me, I guess I got reminded of it this morning when I read it in a LinkedIn post. Someone actually credited something from my book, which is really cool. I'd forgotten I said it in the book, and apparently in the book, I should know my content better, but apparently it's been a while since I read the book. But in the book, apparently I said, if somebody is not doing something in your workshop while you are talking, while you are delivering, and they're not doing something productive, then they are missing out on opportunities to learn. Now, I'm like, all right, cool. I said that's awesome, right? But I always say great things, but I forget what I said and how I said it. But anyway, here's the thing, folks. Three core tenets of training. What we need to appreciate is it's not about what you say, but about what they take in. It's not about what you say, but what they remember and how much they remember from what you say. So if you have that shift in mindset, you get very curious about how can I maximize every moment of my workshop so that people are really having those aha moments, those golden opportunities. Next, you want to be thinking about what is it and how do I say it to have maximum impact. Now, let's come back to the three core tenets of training and the three core tenets of skill development. So you probably want to grab a pen and write these down. Number one is, if you want people to learn something, they need to discover it. So ultimately, when somebody discovers it for themselves, they own it. When they discover it, they own it. Okay. So absolutely, there's going to be times where you share information, but there are going to be moments, there need to be moments where your audience are actually discovering things for themselves. When they do that, oh my gosh, then they own it, right? And a big part of that is there's moments of personalization, moments of people asking themselves, how could I use that? How could I integrate that into my life? Right? So there's got to be a moment of personalization and multiple moments of personalization as well, right? So number one is, if they discover it, they own it. If they have the aha moment, it's all theirs, right? Second tenet of training, second tenet of people acquiring skills is ultimately they haven't learned it. It's a little bit of behaviorist learning theory here, folks, but if they haven't used it, they haven't learnt it. I'll say it again. If they haven't used it, they haven't learnt it. So it's kind of the idea that if you're on an airplane and the airplane's crashing and you need to put on that life jacket, could you really do it? Could you really do it? Highly likely in your life, you watch that safety presentation multiple times, but you probably actually never put on that life jacket. So could you really do it? I don't know, right? So as a trainer, presenter, coach, facilitator, workshop presenter, what do you want to call yourself? When you adopt the idea that your learners in front of you haven't actually learnt it until they've used it, then you start to go, okay, how can I create even more opportunities for my audience to use the information and actually activate the information in the room while they are with me? All right. So second core tenet is they haven't learned it until they've used it. And that leads on to the third one there, which is the learning is in the doing. The learning is in the doing. The doing is where we learn the most, right? The doing is where it all starts to, fall into place in our minds, or we have moments of frustration and confusion. It's not working, it's not working. Then we get an extra piece of knowledge and then it falls into place, right? So let's recap. Number one of training, the core tenet is When they discover it, they learn it. When they discover it, it's theirs. Number two there was they haven't learnt it until they've used it. They haven't learnt it until they've used it. Number three, the learning is in the doing. The learning is the doing. So you want to be thinking about how can I bring in more doing and less knowledge? Because the thing is, folks, these days we are swimming in information. There's so much information coming at us. Even as you're watching this video right now, there's information coming at you. It's not about gathering more information. It's about applying what we're already hearing, right? And on this channel, you can really swim. You can do some great laps on new knowledge about training presenting. But it's not about doing laps in the pool. It's about getting out of the pool and actually applying what you're hearing on these videos, right? And it's the same for anything in life, right? We can get lost in the research, but until we apply what we've actually researched or what we've heard, nothing really changes, right? So you can read all the books on the planet about, psychology or, resilience or whatever it may be. But until you apply the methods, the tools, the tactics, the strategies, nothing really changes, right? So it's not about what you say, it's about what they actually go out and use that matters the most, right? So let's do a quick recap. 3 core tenets of training. Number one was when they discover it, they own it. When they discover it, they own it, right? Number two, they haven't learnt it until they've used it. And number three, the learning is in doing. Folks, on that note, thanks for watching the video. I hope you got some value from it. Like, comment, share, and the key messages I want you to go away and think about is how much doing is there in your workshops? When you can ramp up the doing and less of the talking, you're going to have even more productivity and even more transformation, as I talk about in the book. On that note, folks, thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you on the next one. As always, go out there and be the very best version of you as you help people transform as they take on the knowledge from you, the standout trainer in your industry. Thanks for watching, team, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.